Why do you support Trump?
Oh, it seems like a more genuine candidate. Definitely, yeah.
Okay. How is he more genuine?
Uh, Another reason I would say I like him, I like his beliefs more.
Yeah, we can talk
He
about that in a second.
preaches.
How is he more genuine?
Just seems like more of a genuine guy. I don't.
How so? Can you give me like examples of how he's more genuine?
He's stuck by his word a lot more than Biden did. That's for sure.
He dropped the Epstein files. He repealed and replaced the ACA. He drained the swamp. He built the wall to make Mexico pay for it. He did no new
Built a
wars.
wall and made Mexico pay for. How's that? How's that bad?
No, I'm just saying he didn't do
If
these things. He didn't do these things.
oh yeah, I was.
He stuck by his word, really?
I mean, not everything you could say could happen, but he's definitely done a lot more than what Biden
Tell me one
and the
thing. Tell me
Harris
one thing
did.
he's
Like,
done that he stood by.
uh, you see, like the border
Tax cuts for
patrol, he definitely
billionaires.
up that.
Tax cuts for billionaires. You know what? He got that. That's one promise he definitely upheld. The tax cuts for the billionaires.
Yeah, how's that? Where's the proof of that?
The big beautiful bill disproportionately gives tax cuts to the millionaires and billionaires. Kamala Harris would have kept the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act for
And why
income
didn't she?
for income under
No,
forty.
then why didn't she though?
She wasn't elected.
No, but she was vice president. Why didn't she do any of the things she said she was going to do?
They actually did. The Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, the Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the American Rescue
No, we're
Plan.
going back to like 90% of the things that they said, and 90% is the understatement. Why didn't
Name
they do
one thing
anything
that
that
they
they
said that
said
they
they
were
would?
gonna name one thing they said they were gonna do that they didn't do.
Off the top of my head, like lower prices, do
They,
like
they never said they were gonna lower prices. They said they were going to make some things more affordable, which they did. Like, for example, the $35 cap on insulin for those that are on Medicare, right through the Inflation Reduction Act. So go ahead and try again.
let's go to what's some things that you like about the what was some things that you like that the Biden administration did?
The Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, the Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, and the American Rescue Plan, like I said earlier.
My whole thing is I'm about putting Americans first. That's
Okay.
definitely a big thing.
Name one policy that Trump's passed that put Americans first.
The getting rid of illegal immigrants that are
Name,
here, definitely that's putting America first because you're putting more safety and stuff because we have these people in our countries that we don't have identified. We don't have nothing on them. We don't know who they are.
so give them a pathway to citizenship. For anyone in the country who hasn't committed a violent crime or bad crime, give them a pathway to citizenship and make the legal process go quicker. That would make it safer, and it would make there as a more of an incentive for people
No,
to
and
go
I
through the
definitely
legal
do
process.
agree. I think
So
there is a lot of immigrants here that are here illegal that should definitely they need to work on trying to get them here, like to be like they definitely need to be here, like if they're working, they need to have like a better process of like keeping those illegals and stuff. But like the ones that commit crimes and do
undocumented
all that
immigrants.
shit,
So let me clarify.
huh?
How does mass deportation benefit our society? You said that it makes us safer, right? I would say that if you were to specifically provide a pathway to citizenship for those that have not committed violent crimes and bad crimes, right, that wouldn't be making the country less safe. It would be making the country actually safer. As a percentage of the population, we'd have a lower crime rate, right? So did you know undocumented immigrants commit lower rates of violent crime and property crime in the United States comparative to natural born U.S. citizens? So if there's a greater percentage of the population,
I'm gonna need you to slow down
that's fine.
just
So
a little bit.
got you. So undocumented immigrants commit lower rates of violent crime and property crime in the United States comparative to natural born U.S.
And how do
citizens.
we know that if we don't have no record on them?
There is a study there's actually a bibliography in my bio. Do you know what a
It's a
bibliography?
study though. Studies
Please finish.
his word versus his word.
No, it's
or
not.
whatever.
It is. You don't know what studies are. You clearly don't know what a study
Studies
is.
aren't always true. I could just make a study and say this happened, and that doesn't
No,
make
you
it
can't.
true.
No, you can't.
You can.
Okay. All right. Then I'll ask you this question: can you find me a single study, indicating that you can fly?
Yeah, I can make one right now. Like, come
Like
on.
just with your normal human body without doing anything else, you can just fly like Superman. So no,
You
you can't just create any study that just says whatever you want. Okay, you can't do that.
Yeah, but you could also lie about it. Anybody could lie about a study.
Okay, and that's why we have studies to specifically clarify things, right? To clarify whether or not they're true. They have a methodology that you can literally verify it. You can do the same things that they did, and you can come out with the same results. That's what studies are for. Now, let me explain. So if you look at the bibliography in my bio, which is a works cited page in my bio, there is an entire page of different sources about immigration that specifically show that there's lower rates of crime relating to immigration for documented immigrants and for undocumented immigrants, that they commit lower rates of crime.
Okay, my bad. I was just looking at some of the comments.
Okay, did you hear anything I said?
Yeah, I heard.
And what did I say? Tell me.
No, I didn't hear it because you're going a little too fast, and I'm reading the comments.
I slowed down. So don't read the comments. Listen to what I'm saying. You're having a conversation with me. Okay? There's a bibliography in my bio, a works cited page that has an entire page of different sources, right, that are peer reviewed and have a basis and reason that show you their methodology that indicate that immigrants, documented and undocumented, commit lower rates of crime, violent and property crime.
Okay. And then I have a question for you. Do you think Trump's a racist?
Yes. Why are you pivoting?
Oh, no. It's just I heard you talking about that. And
but why are you not addressing what I just said and instead you're pivoting?
Because we obviously don't agree on the same thing, and I want to get on the topic.
Facts don't care about your feelings. You do not agree with facts?
It's not everything you hear is facts.
I'm not just saying I heard this. I gave you sources.
Yeah, it's a lot of the things that you say, I would need to see it with my own eyes. I'm not disagreeing with it, but I'm not gonna agree on something I haven't seen.
I just told you can look at the bibliography in my bio, and it will indicate that to you to be true.
I'm not looking at it right now.
So then why do you believe that they commit higher rates of crime or they bring crime to the country when you haven't looked at any source indicating that?
Because you can't really prove that they don't or do.
Yes, we can. That's the methodology in the bio indicates. Dude, it's free. Go check out the bibliography in the bio. It's totally free. Go check it out before you make claims. You haven't looked at any resources, and yet you were totally okay with saying that they commit more crime or they bring more crime to the country. You didn't look for any evidence. You didn't look for any research. You didn't do any critical thinking. You just said the very thing that Donald Trump has been perpetuating over and over and over again. That has no factual basis. Immigrants are not a threat to you. You know who's a threat to you? People like Donald Trump. He's literally a convicted criminal, held civilly liable woman who pardoned violent rioters who police officers on January 6th, and you're worried about an undocumented immigrant that's working in this country for a better life?
So if you want to talk about riots, let's talk about BLM riots. Why is January 6th so bad, but BLM riots aren't?
I condemn any political violence in this country, right? I will acknowledge any of that in any context. But the issue is that Democrats weren't pardoning violent rioters, but Donald Trump did. So that's a big distinction.
He offered to send National Guard, and Nancy Pelosi
hours
was the
after.
one that declined that.
Nancy Pelosi doesn't have the authority to do that.
What was her job?
It had nothing to do with that.
What was her job? Answer. Just tell me what her job was.
She was like the what's it called? She was the head of the House. The
House
of Reps, right?
Pelosi... Okay, so I'm just saying, if you don't know
Speaker of the House, sorry, head of the
job,
House, Speaker of the House, sorry, I apologize.
If you don't know anything about her job, how are you going to say she didn't have authority to not send National Guard?
I do know about her job, and I do know that she has no authority because I've seen multiple.
But you didn't even know what she did. You just like.
Yes, I did. I've had this conversation multiple times. I said head of the House rather than Speaker of the House.
And all I here's another thing about January 6th is that it's always brought up, but the BLM riots that happened on the daily didn't. Hey, and dude, I'm not agreeing with January 6th. I think.
Hey, dude, like I already told you, I condemn any political violence, but Democrats were not pardoning violent rioters. Okay? Donald Trump did pardon a violent rioter. He told people to go to the Capitol, and he told them to fight like hell and to take back the country from those that stole from them. And then he pardoned those that police officers and were convicted of it, admitted to it, and were caught on video doing it.
That's where context is needed.
What context is needed for that? He incited a violent insurrection.
Just saying, repeat what he just said, and think that there needs to be context. He didn't literally say, "Hey, go storm the Capitol." He said, "Fight for the country," and it's two different. There's context to it.
What extra context means that he's not inciting a violent insurrection, given that he pardoned the violent rioters?
Say okay. So what did he say in the speech that like told him to go do everything that happened on January 6th?
Yeah, he told them to fight like hell and to take back the country from those that stole it from them.
Yeah, and that's like it's a whole different meaning than hey, go storm the Capitol.
No. And you know, before
He didn't
Donald,
say word
hey,
for word, hey,
hold
go
up.
storm the Capitol.
You don't have to do that in order to be held liable for this, or to be responsible for it. So there's multiple things. So let's address this, right? Donald Trump pardoned the violent rioters who police officers. If he did not want the violence, he would not have pardoned the violence. He would have had plausible deniability if it is the case that he never pardoned them. I actually didn't run this argument prior to the election and prior to Donald Trump pardoning them because I thought there was enough plausible deniability to claim that he didn't incite a violent insurrection at the Capitol. But since Donald Trump specifically pardoned the violent rioters, there is no plausible deniability for saying that he didn't want the violence on January 6th. And I can give you a quick
So
hypothetical
how is
if you don't
saying
believe me
fight
there.
for your country any different from like Biden saying it like fight for your country? How's that any different though? What if
Because Joe
people
Biden never
wanted to
pardoned
go?
because Joe Biden never pardoned violent rioters. Again, I
He
told
pardoned
you
his son
prior Hunter Biden wasn't convicted of a violent crime.
He was
No, he wasn't.
because he got pardoned. What do you mean?
He was never convicted of a violent crime. Pardons
okay.
happen after a conviction.
Yeah.
What violent crime did he
so
commit?
How did
What violent crime was he convicted of?
like there's bad business like there was just a lot of shady business going
That was
on.
nothing
He was
like
a
nothing
drug
associated with that.
user.
He was not convicted of anything associated with that, and that's not violent crime. Okay.
He was still a convicted felon, and he got pardoned. What was the whole point of Biden pardoning Hunter Biden when he said he wasn't going to do it?
Are you
He
saying
said,
it's
"I
bad?
wouldn't
Are you saying
pardon."
it's bad to be a convicted felon?
Well, oh, because you're going to bring up Trump, who's also a convicted felon, but there
Yeah.
is no evidence on it.
He was. He was convicted and beyond a reasonable doubt by an entire jury.
Well, a
Like, what are you
felon
talking
couldn't be
about?
president. Well, hold on. So a
Yes,
felon couldn't be
a felon is
president.
currently president.
No, a convicted.
A convicted felon is currently president.
A felon can't be a president,
A convicted felon is currently president.
but a felon can't.
A convicted felon is currently president. Yes, they can.
Convicted. You said felon. There's a difference between convicted and felon.
He's a felon and a convicted felon.
If he's a felon, he can't be president.
Yes, he can. The Constitution doesn't limit felons from being president.
Yeah. Okay. You need to pull that up, because there's no way a felon could be president when felons came in
Is Donald Trump a felon?
country as a felon.
Is Donald Trump a felon?
What? No.
He is. Is a convicted felon a felon?
No, because okay. So what is
A
convicted mean to
convicted
you?
felon is not a felon. That's interesting.
What is convicted?
What is convicted? The jury, right, in the context of a criminal court, indicated that you are
So
guilty.
did they have ever? Okay, hold. Here's my thing. If everything they said that they had on him, if they had the actual proof for that, he wouldn't have been arrested for everything he did. If it was true.
He was arrested. There's a mugshot of him. Do you want to see his mugshot?
No, that he was taken into custody. Okay, no, that wasn't. He wasn't arrested. He was taken into custody.
Do you want to see his mugshot?
I've seen it.
Okay,
He didn't
so
get
he wasn't.
arrested. Though. It's completely. It's
So how did they get
different.
it? So then why does he have a mugshot if he never was arrested?
You can, it's like being like questioned and stuff like that. Technically, it's not like
They don't. If you just get questioned by the police.
Detained.
By the way,
you could be detained.
if you just get questioned by the police, you don't take a mugshot. That's not how it works.
Okay, so going back
Can I
to
ask you a
this starting
question?
with the
Yeah, we'll go
Hunter
back to that in a
Biden
second.
thing.
Can I ask you a question? Are you Antifa?
Tifa.
Are you Antifa?
Oh, Antifa. No, why do you say that?
You're pro-fascism?
So are you assuming
I'm
that I'm
anti.
Antifa?
I'm Antifa. All right, I'm definitely anti-fascist. Definitely. So, do you agree with me that you're anti-fascist?
I wouldn't say so.
You're not anti-fascist? What? So, are you pro-fascist?
I'm not really like okay. I have still both political views on things. There's not everything I don't agree on everything with the Republican Party. I don't agree on
I
everything with
get you.
the
I get you.
Democrat
But can you
Party.
at least say that you're anti-fascist?
I'm not gonna say that if I don't know like the.
You can't say that you're anti-fascist. Jeez. So you're
I'm
pro-fascism?
not pro. I'm
So you're
not
not.
pro, but I'm not
So you're
anti.
neutral on fascism.
Yeah, I guess.
You think we were neutral on fascism in World War II?
Okay. Hold. I want to go back to the felon
Wait,
thing
I have
because
a
I feel
question.
like now
Do you
we're
think
just taking it.
that America was neutral on fascism in World War II?
Probably not.
So we were Antifa. So the U.S. was Antifa against the. Okay. So then like why wouldn't you want to be Antifa?
I don't know. I'm trying to.
Bro, I can't believe Trump has you like so cooked in the brain that you don't even know how to say that fascism is wrong. Like that you're against fascism. Like literally you
Hold
can't
it.
even say that you're against fascism.
You're
That's how
spinning
much
off
Trump
the
has you in the
question from.
weeds that you can't even
No,
say you're
okay.
against
I'll give you some
fascism, dude.
You're spinning back from the question about Biden being
No,
a convicted
I'm not
felon.
sorry. Are you against fascism?
I'm not arguing against it. I haven't like.
You're not arguing against fascism? Jeez, fuck, dude.
But I'm not
Okay.
arguing against anti-fascist. Like I
Okay,
don't
well,
really
wait.
like.
Hey, by the way, if you're
We were
anti-fascist,
talking
wait.
about something.
By the way, if you are against fascism in the comment section, type 3 in the comment section, everyone. Type 3 in the comment section if you're against
We're talking about
fascism.
something completely different. We got on topic of fascism instead
Okay,
of
that's fine. That's fine.
just
We'll go
starting
back.
with like the
We'll go back. It's fine. It's fine. We'll go back.
partying convicted
Yes. Well,
felon.
let's talk about that. So Donald Trump is a convicted felon. He's a sentenced convicted
And
felon.
Hunter Biden's not.
Hunter Biden was convicted, but he was not convicted of any violent crimes. So the distinction that we were providing prior was that Democrats were
So
not
it's
pardoning violent rioters who police officers, yet Donald Trump was.
it goes both ways. Like Biden
No, it
saying, "I would
doesn't.
never pardon his son." Yeah, like
I mean, yeah,
pardoning a convicted
I
felon
would.
and another person
There's
pardoning convicted felons. Like,
okay. Listen to
it,
this. Hunter Biden, right, was not convicted of a violent crime. Okay, if Hunter Biden was not convicted of a violent crime, you
so
cannot
what was he
compare
convicted
that.
of? Tell me.
He was some related charge.
And what else?
That was it.
What else?
To my knowledge, that was it.
Because so we're talking about. So to your knowledge, he was only convicted of a charge.
To my
But
knowledge,
like I
yeah,
said,
it was
it
gun
goes
related
both
charge. I can
ways.
bring it
And
up
this
if
is
you'd
where
like.
this is where you can't like. This is where like hypocrisy comes in. You can't like. You have to be neutral on some of this or whatever and stuff. Like talk about Trump being a convicted felon and then like pardoning convicted felons or whatever.
Here's
But
what it is.
like it
Here's
goes
what it is.
both ways
So
too. Biden doing that with his son after
this
he
is
said
what.
he would never
Hold on.
do it. If he said he would never do it, and that just makes you look guilty. Why would he pardon Hunter Biden if he didn't do nothing wrong?
But he was convicted of something. Hunter Biden did do something wrong. Okay. But like
Okay,
again, we're not claiming that just because it is the case that they've pardoned someone who's a criminal who's committed a crime that we had such a big issue with it. The original reason as to what we were talking about was Donald Trump pardoning violent rioters, and the reason why we're talking about that is because we're saying that it then means that he condones the violent crimes. Okay, I'll give you an example. If a president, right, pardoned, right, like that child, would you say that that means that they condone or condemn?
So so I'm pretty sure if a president a child, they wouldn't be allowed to be president.
This
And
guy's
they'd
an
be
idiot.
arrested.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen, I didn't say that. Okay.
You did. You said if this guy who a child.
Listen, the president. I'll try and make it clear because maybe the words I'm using are confusing you. The president.
You word for word said.
Hey, dude.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay,
Your comprehension.
I'll let you go.
The president pardoned someone who murdered a child. Okay. Does that mean they condone or condemn the murder of that child?
Where's the proof of the child? It's one of those made up articles that you always be talking about.
This is a hypothetical.
Hey, dude.
It's a hypothetical to demonstrate a concept to you. Okay. This didn't happen in reality.
Hypothetical. Okay, so
it's
we're
a
talking
hypothetical
now.
Yeah.
Okay. So go on with the question.
If the president, like not talking about Trump, some other president, like in history, pardoned someone who murdered a child, would that mean that they condemn or condone the murdering of that child?
You condone.
If they pardon it, that means they're in support of it. They wanted that to happen. Okay. Donald Trump pardoning people who police officers, that means that he condones or condemns that behavior.
So how? Okay, so does Biden pardoning Hunter Biden mean he? Wait, no, this is the same thing.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in a second. Yes.
I'm not trying to be a hypocrite here.
Yes. Joe Biden does condone the things that Hunter Biden did. Now, please, can you answer my question?
All right, hold on. So that's you saying Biden could pardoning him makes him condone it.
Wow, dude, I can't believe it's taking this long. Okay. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what we were talking about?
What?
Oh my god, dude.